Check, check. Check, check, check. Give me a minute, guys. Let me get set up here and situated. Check, 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 check. Give me just a second. Make sure that everything is working and we're on point. Check, check, check. All right. Check, check, check. Okay, I'm almost there, guys. Hello, hello, hello. Okay, I think we're there. Give me a second, let me make sure this thing is working here. And my microphone is working. Check, 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 check. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. Alright, looks like we're good. Let me put my last monitor on here. Do 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 do. Do 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 do. Alright, okay. I think that'll work, guys. I think that will work just quite nicely. Quite nicely. Alright, I had one more. I had one more input that I needed to put. Hold on a second. See if I can grab it for you. Let's see, videos. And I want to see which one of those were working. Let's see. All of those are different. Yeah, y'all come on in, come on in, come on in, come on in. If you're not in, come on in. If you are in, please settle in. As we wait on people coming in, we will be good, ready to rock and roll in just a second here, guys. Guys and girls. Alright, show media, there we go. Show media. Okay. That looks pretty good. I'm gonna check this one, guys, but this is not gonna be our official video, but I will check it to see if it's gonna work for what we're doing, because what we're doing is different from what from the content that we're going to be shooting, but it's close enough for me to check it out. So that should work for everybody. Hello, hello. Can you see me? Can you hear me? Okay, we should be good on that end. All right. Welcome everybody. Let's go. Let's go. I'm ready. I'm ready. Okay, welcome everybody, welcome everybody, welcome to the MOBALON sponsored MrHairArt show. I am your host, Ronnie Mac. You guys know me as MrHairArt and Coach, and we're live, guys, we're live, we're live right now, and we're live on multiple channels, live on multiple channels and multiple platforms, all at the same time. We're live on Instagram, on Facebook, on YouTube, Twitter, LinkedIn, Twitch, Discord, TikTok, Kick. We're live on MobileOn.com. We're live on Triple H Charity. We're live on MrHairArt TV. We're live in Mobile Salons Buses. We're live all over the place right now, guys. And we're soon to be live on our own MrHairArt TV channel. So, yeah, it's going to be on. It's supposed to be on, and I'm loving every second of it. All right, guys, if you're here and you're here for the meeting or the meetup that we were scheduling or talking about the other day, then you're at the right place. I am Ronnie Mac. You guys know me as Coach HairArt, and we are putting together the first ever Mobile Salon Network. Mobile Salon Network. Okay, we're going to be shooting for our podcast, and this will be the audio clip for the podcast for MOBALON, MOBALON.com. This is for MOBALON, which is short for Mobile Salons. So that is our brand name, the name of our company. We are a trademark. We are a corporation. We are corporately a corporate entity. We have our trade name. You can find us on the internet at www.mobalon.com, and we are soon to be traded. We are soon to be publicly traded. We will be going public at the beginning of the year. So if you are interested in wanting to get into the mobile salon business of owning stock into Mobile Salon Buses, then you will need to contact us directly at MOBALON.com. Go to our website. You'll see all of our pertinent information there, as well as our address, multiple phone numbers where you can reach us in our different various departments, and you can reach out to me directly. My number is listed in the filing for our corporation, and you can also reach out through the 800 number, and I believe my extension is 1 and 3 or 1 and 9. So with either one of those numbers. No, the number 1 and or the number 9. So either one of those, you should be able to reach out and connect directly with me. If I do not answer, you are able to leave a message there, and I will contact you directly forthwith, which is afterwards, as soon as I possibly can. All right, guys, we are live, and we have a multitude of different let's see what's going on here. I'm having a lag in my check. Okay, hold on just a moment, guys. I'm having a lag in my broadcast. Why is that? Hold on. My apologies, people. I'm broadcasting, but there is the signal is not coming through. I see my camera, but I do not see it on the broadcast. So let me get that fixed for you. So I'm going to close out, and then I'm going to replay, and I'm going to pop open again. See what's going on here. Okay, I'm popping open my screen. Y'all can see my I'm watching on Twitch, and I'm watching on Instagram, and on LinkedIn, and on Twitter, and I do not see my video. This is weird. Why don't I see my video? What is going on here? This is weird. Do you see my video screen? Yeah, look. It's playing, and this is playing, and this is playing. All three of these are playing, but it's not showing up on the left-hand side. My apologies, guys. I'm gonna have to end the recording. I was recording for the podcast, so I'm gonna end the recording for the podcast till we can fix this problem. I don't know what the hell is going on. Hold on. What's happening is I have a I have a video. I have my video playing on the left hand side, but it's not showing up. I don't know what the hell is going on. Let me see. I'm gonna see if I can do some tweaking over here. See, this is why I was saying earlier. This is what I'll be talking about when you got everything boom set up and drum tight and all in position, and then you get out there and you think everything, and then something so weird like this pops up. Why wouldn't my video play? I'm gonna refresh it and see if there's something going on with the thing. So I'm gonna close this out. It should keep playing. If not, I'll restart the stream. But I'm gonna close it out and then I'm gonna restart the production house, and then hopefully we'll get going. So you guys, if you're in and you can see me and hear me, hold what you got. If it restarts, then if you like, you can come back in and we'll continue from there. But let me check. Let me see if I can get this thing running. I'm going to restart it, restart the system and see where we're at. There were 3 videos playing. The one with me doing the grinding on the blade. That's the video that was playing in the upper right corner. I know. When you close out, it closes out the other video. Okay. All right, guys, we're back. We're back. So let me see if I can get back on live and get my content playing. I don't know why it wasn't playing, but that's very strange.
Hey everybody, what's happening? Ronnie Mac here. You guys know me as MrHairArt.
And let's see here.
And Coach. And we're back out here at the bus.
You know what?
We are doing a bunch of different programs that we gotta answer these questions to. So I'm gonna try my best to answer everybody's questions that they have. So welcome. Everybody come on in. We're on the Mobile Salon bus here. And we want to make sure everybody is comfortable. And if you have...
This is very strange. Okay, I'm going to pause it. I'm going to mute it. Okay, I just muted it. And check. 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 Okay. Guys, this is so weird. Let's see if I can turn this one up. Okay, yeah, I have no idea. This is a new one. This is a new one on me. it's basically my video is not playing at all. I'm going to remove the source, and then I'm going to try to add a different source and see what happens when I add a new source. Okay, so here we go. Hold on. Let me say this. Let's say this. I'm going to revamp the video player and put another video player in there, because I believe the video content that was showing through may not have been the same content that we use. Does that sound that makes sense? Okay, so now I can see I can see the other video now. I can see my other video that I put in, which means it may be the content that I was playing before that did not come through or couldn't come through, possibly. And I did not anticipate that. Otherwise, I'd have checked that or test that. Once again, you never know. You never know what exactly what works and what doesn't, what will work and what won't, and definitely you don't know what's gonna pop up on you and start mess. Because this popped up and this was not anticipated. I don't know what the hell this whole thing is about, not playing the content that I'm putting on here. It's weird. Damn, Twitch is fast. Wow. Twitch is catching everything is exactly how it's coming through. You can actually see it coming through. That is impressive. Okay. And let me see if I can turn that up. Okay. All right. Yeah, I'm still. You guys can still come in, and you can put do your comments in the chat or whatever, what have you. It's not a problem. And I'll address it appropriately. I'm just in a daze right now, because I don't know where to go from here, because this is weird. Okay, check. I think you can hear me too. I don't know what I need to do here. Part of me wants to go ahead and just start over and go for it, but I won't get a whole hour. Hell, it's 6:25 right now. And the other part of me wants to just do clips, and I can do clips, which we just realized earlier. If we're doing clips, we should be able to get all of our content recognized from all of the platforms at the same time, because you guys can kind of rotate from clip to clip, or I think some people are like YouTube classifies them as shorts, and then Twitter is now X, so they're doing something different as well. So we're all over the place, guys. We are all over the place, but we still talking about our game changer. We will be doing shorts constantly. So the shorts that we're about to release, I would suggest you guys pay attention to. These shorts will pertain to the Barber Beauty industry. It will pertain to our mobile salons and the mobile salons that we're doing. You will see and hear about the program and what we're going to be doing inside the program, and we're going to release those in the shorts. Some of the shorts will derive from the school, So we'll be pulling those shorts directly from the school and then broadcasting them on our platforms. Okay, so that will inform people on what we're doing, and that's going to create a lot of buzz. That's going to create a lot of attention, guys, on what we're doing. So essentially what we're doing is a pre-launch. Okay, that's essentially what we're doing. We're going to be doing a pre-launch and setting out the information for the company, for our network, for the Mobile Salon Buses. All of that will be put out on the market for anybody to be able to get in on and be a part of. So kind of prepare yourself for that, because that means there's a lot of people that will be coming in and becoming a part of what we're doing. And we as the originals will be, our job will be to differentiate and make sure that whoever's coming in, we make sure that they're in their proper place. And I'm not saying, put people in a place and, act crazy. I'm just saying we're the originators. We're the first. We're the first on the scene. So everybody that's coming after us will be put into that mechanic. And we have to be vigilant, guys. I'm not playing. We have to be vigilant. If we do not stand for our position, you're definitely going to lose it. You're definitely going to lose your position. So I don't want anybody to be upset about somebody else stepping in and rising quicker than them. You have to be vigilant with what you're doing. Let's see, join the video in this live event. Hold on. Let me see if I can get it. All right, yeah, it works. Yeah, it works perfect now. It works perfect now. Like I said, I think it was the video. I think it was a video and the content of what I was using. No, well, I'm not going to do that. I'm not going to roll out with that, because we're 30 minutes in already. We'll try again tomorrow and do a full run tomorrow. And matter of fact, I got some other content I can use instead, because what I was going to use before is it's not vetted, so I don't know what exactly it was. So I'll use the other one. I think it was the video that I was using. I don't know why it doesn't show up or wasn't showing up, but it's showing now. It's showing this content and it's showing up on my other screen. So I don't know. So there's 3 different versions or 3 different content that I'm showing, and I guess I don't know. I'll just roll with this. It'll still look good and it'll still work, but we just have to make sure that we have everything in place and actually use it. So just everybody, I just forewarn you, just forewarning, just be prepared. Just be prepared. There's a lot of people. This is a lot of people that I have initiated, and people that do not come into the show, but they know of me and they know of the business, but they just don't, they don't do social media that heavy. But our job is to acclimate people to social media and get them kind of understanding how the business works and how technology works on this level, because the business itself is running on the internet and using technology and social media and all of that. Therefore, it's virtually impossible to run a business off of social media or off the internet, period. Okay, we have to acclimate clients and customers to, it's just like when cash was king. Okay, if you guys are old enough, because I'm old enough, if you guys are old enough, you may be able to remember when credit cards was not a thing. Okay, there was very, 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 very few people who even owned a credit card. Okay, I remember when, and I don't want to do like the old people, I remember back in my day. I'm not that old, but I do remember when my mom and dad had the credit card machines, the swipe, not the swipers, the ching ching ching, where you put the card on there and then you have to press it on an embosser, on a embossing machine, and they embossed your credit card and the name and the credit card number on a receipt, and then they phoned that in, or they mailed that in to the credit card company to get paid. Okay, there was no swipe it, there was no key in, there was no transfer money, there was none of that. It was, if you had a credit card, which would be a Visa, MasterCard, or American Express, or Discover or Diners. Those were the only 5 cards that were out. Is Visa, MasterCard, American Express, Discover, and Diners Club. So those cards were the only ones out, and if you had one, then you was like, the elite class. But you definitely did not have every customer coming in using credit card, and you definitely did not have every company or business accepting credit cards. It was cash or check. That's it. It was cash or check. And check was not even, the biggest thing, because checks, you still can't, it wasn't foolproof. You couldn't verify and know that somebody either had that money that they were trying to spend or not. So if they came in and they wrote you a check, you'd either call the bank if it was during bank hours, and you can check and verify if they have the funds in their account, or you would accept that check on faith, or accepting it on hindrance, meaning they can come back and pick up their product once the check cleared. Okay, so all of this stuff I'm telling you guys because most of you all are younger, and y'all don't realize, or remember, or even though this is how things work. This is how everybody, you're going to have to educate your clientele too, because if you have an older clientele or people who are not used to the internet, you're going to have to bring them into the light or the darkness, depending on how you look at the internet. You're going to have to bring them into technology and educate them that this is what they're going to have to do. Okay, the days of accepting cash for service is almost over. Okay, it's almost done. Hardly anybody carries cash now. Okay, that's what the world is coming to. Not many people are even carrying cash, and even credit cards is going almost by the wayside. There's a lot of people that are discontinuing using or carrying credit cards. So your phone now is your credit. You can transfer monies directly from one account to the other. You can Cash App or Venmo or PayPal people, which do not require credit cards. It does not require plastic. So this is the day and age of what is it? Zelle, yes, that's a good one. That's coming, and it's not the age of yesterday. It's tomorrow. This is the age of tomorrow. So we have to educate people in the school. In the school, we go through courses. There's a course curriculum that will explain to you exactly how you're going to be educating your clients. You're going to be bringing them kind of up to speed with how they are to book you and pay for your services, because that's something that we don't do. We don't allow the buses to just roll out and do hair services without payment up front. Okay, so basically, the clients that you have, you may have a reputation with them. You may have a rapport and relation with them, and they're used to getting their hair services and then paying when you're done. That's fine, because I have clients that we worked like that before as well. But once again, this is the new day. Okay, this is the dawn of a brand new industry that we are creating, and we want our clientele to learn how to do business from here on out, not from the way we used to do it, the way we're about to start doing it. Okay, just like you're in a mobile salon bus, that's a new thing. That's not everybody. We wasn't doing that before. People would drive up to the barber shop or drive up to the beauty salon to get their hair done. Now the barber or the beauty salon is driving to them. We're parking in their driveway. We're doing their hair right there at their homes, and not in the kitchen either. Not in the bathroom or the garage or the middle of their living room. We're doing their hair in their driveway in a fully furnished mobile salon bus. VIP custom hardwood floors, TVs everywhere, hot and cold running water, heating and air conditioning. Just a complete environment. A straight up mobile barber or beauty salon on wheels. That's different. Okay, so when people want to reverse how we are now doing business, do not let them. Okay, this is a different way to do business. We are doing it in a new way. Therefore, they're going to have to get used to doing it this new way. We don't do services and then get paid afterwards. Okay, we get paid in advance. We literally, you're paying us to show up, basically. It's like entertainers. Entertainers don't get paid at the end, not the good ones. You know, the hoods or the freelancers or the ones that are not A and B. Some even C-listers. They require their payment up front for them to even show up. If you try to book a rapper or R&B singer or anybody to entertain your guests or whatnot, I guarantee you, their agent, if they have an agent, which most of them do, their agent is going to require payment up front to book them to show up to your event or to perform at your event. I know because we've had a lot of events that we've done with our company. I remember having to pull out $10,000 for a performer to perform at our show, and when the performer, when we paid, because we paid 10 grand for them to show up, when their agent showed up and literally got to the door and was about to walk up on stage, they requested that we pay an additional $10,000. So because of the stature and the new contract and just a bunch of stuff that their agent did, and we had I didn't do it myself. We had a production company that was handling the show, and it was just a lucky thing that they had a retainer that was able to put the other the other 10,000 into the entertainer performing. And they came up on stage, they did their thing, and then they left. I was upset throughout the entire show because I was like, I didn't agree to no $20,000 to do this, do that, and then, but it come to find out, it was a retainer that says if something bad happens at the show, that's like insurance. If they didn't perform like they wanted to, then that ensures their credibility, video being recorded, or audience members getting rowdy or getting into it, all that type of stuff is basically coverage or insurance for that entertainer to be covered, because there's no telling if your insurance is going to cover them or not. So they require their monies up front so that they can go ahead and perform and do their thing, and then not have any backlash or bad things happen afterwards. And then after the show, the next day or the day after or whatnot, then you would get your retainer back. So we got the $10,000 back. So we ended up paying only $10,000 for them to perform. But that's the cost of doing business, ladies and gentlemen. That's what I try to explain to everybody that's getting into this industry and that's getting into what we're doing particularly. What we're doing particularly is very, very different from what you all are used to. My old man used to tell us all the time, because he once had a job that, because I remember we grew up in the projects. We grew up in the hardcore, dollar for dollar hustling in the streets. This was nowhere close to Beverly Hills or upstate New York or just the gang bang big time, nothing. Okay, so we're used to, you know, the hardcore grind of cash in hand. My daddy told us that, you know, you if you want to roll, if you want to play with the big boys, you got to do what big boys do. And that seemed like a pretty easy statement. It seemed like it's pretty simple, but guys, you got to break this thing down. You got to understand. We are doing something with mobile salons that's never been done before. We're doing something that will completely and totally change the landscape of the barber and beauty industry. Okay, this is something that people are not used to. They a lot of people will not understand. Most people will rebel against it, but it is up to us to be the ones that say, hey, this is how it works, take it or leave it. Okay, if I'll give you an example. I'll give you an example. And if you guys have questions, comments, or whatever, y'all know the drill. Throw it in the comments, and we'll address that. But we started out the show with my presentation, but we had some technical difficulties, and so we had to bail on the presentation. We'll do it tomorrow, but for right now, it's just we're cruise control right now. But this is important information because this is what you guys are getting into, and I see some people, quite a few people that are here, so that's you know I'm going to perform. But I'll give you an example of changing of the industry. I remember, and I tell you all the time, and I put it in the school, that if you're used to your client coming in, getting a service, and then they get up and you tell them how much it is, and then they reach in their pocket, they get your money, and there you go, and then possibly, hopefully, tip you, and everybody's happy. But on occasion, and I mean heavy occasion, which means it happens a lot, there are people who will get their service, and then what do they call it in the restaurant? They'll skip out on the check. Dine and dash. There it is, dine and dash. Yeah, that's cut and dash. Now it doesn't happen quite often, especially if you're a good barber, because they have to come back. At a restaurant they don't have to come back. But if you're a good barber and they want to continue getting their haircut, you can't just cut and dash. You got to come back and dash your ass. So we don't worry about that quite often, but we do have the issue or the problem with people not having their monies or not having enough, or it's not prepared, or something goes wrong or right, or they're dissatisfied with the service, or they start some kind of just some kind of inconvenience that causes a problem with the money transfer. Okay, so when I did my last two shops, the last two shops that I've been in, I started a new exercise of people paying up front. And let me tell you guys, it was night and day. It was night and day. I've never had anybody skip out on me, or get their hair done and then all of a sudden run out, or say I'm not going to pay you, or I don't have the money, or can I pay you on the next trip. I've never had that. Well, I did have a couple people say I'll pay you when I get paid or whatever, but that's because we agreed to it at the beginning. But that's not an issue. That's not a problem. We're talking about problem situation. When someone, when I switched over to pay in advance, and at that time I think I was charging $45 for a haircut. I think because I charge $200 now. When I was charging $45 for a haircut, it was paying in advance, because people seem to think, and I had it on the board, but people would be like, how much every time people come in there, how much is a haircut? How much is a haircut? If they're asking how much is a haircut, that's red flag number one. That's red flag number one. I'm just letting you guys know, because I'm telling you all of this for a reason, and it's going to come up, and it's going to be relevant. I promise you. That's red flag number one, especially if your haircuts are more expensive. Okay, I do $200 haircuts. That's not expensive. That's pretty inexpensive, but that's because I don't do haircuts all the time. When I do regular haircuts, my haircut, or a haircut on the spectrum, which means you're doing it out of a mobile salon, and you're coming to someone, you're looking at $500. But that's the works. That's everything included. So, and I don't even like to justify my price because it is what it is. You know, you paying 500, either you pay it or you don't. I mean, either I'm doing your hair or I'm not. So I don't do much hair, and that's the reason why. Okay, I don't expect for people to pay $500 for a haircut because hell, I'm not trying to do haircuts. I'm not trying to be out there working, you know, every day, all day doing haircuts. That's just not what I do. I have a business to run. Okay, so and again, like I said at the beginning of the show, I'm not trying to big talk. I'm setting the stage for everybody to understand. Nobody should be charging 500 to, you know, 700 or $1,000 for a haircut unless you can justify it, unless you can absolutely get that type of clientele. I would not suggest doing that. I did. Okay, I had well, I still do now, and I, you know, I'm not really trying to do that, but I have some celebrities that contact me. I have some congressmen and some politicians that call me. I have some pretty high up, you know, people in companies like CEOs and stuff like that that'll contact me. But they're already anticipating paying, you know, $500 or more for a haircut. They already know that they're anticipating it. And when I roll over with this big ass VIP salon with I told you guys, I think last year I explained and showed you all my bus where I do, you know, I don't shampoo hair with regular water. We use deionized alkaline water. So the water that's in my bus, which I don't show my bus at all, but I show certain, you know, clips because that people will steal what you do in your bus. So I don't show my bus at all, and I don't even allow filming on my bus. So, but I explain, you know, some of the things that we do. Like I said before, the my water tanks. There is a platinum plated deionizer that increases the alkalinity and literally corrects the pH in the water that we use to shampoo hair. So basically, it's like bottled water on steroids. We use the bottled water to fill the tanks if we haven't pulled the water from our condenser, because we're able to pull water from the air. Okay, so that's a whole different range of water. It's not just tap water or water from a garden hose or whatever. It's actually created by us and fills up my tank. It's expensive. It's my bottom line. It's expensive. So it's way more expensive than bottled water. So I use that to shampoo hair, and you can feel the difference. There is a very big difference when you shampoo water that's not hard, that does not have all those chemicals, does not have all of the chlorine and the fluoride and all the different stuff that they put in water to make it safe. If you don't have that, and you use that water to wash your face and wash your hair, you're gonna feel a difference. After about a week or so of using that water constant, you're gonna see a very, very big difference. Your skin is gonna be softer. It's gonna be cleaner. Your pores are gonna whistle in the wind because that water seeps in, and it is so small. The H2O in the water is so small, it actually goes into the pores and it pulls out dirt that you can't pull out with regular water, with regular mineralized water. It works extremely well. And then the hair, it softens the hair to a whole nother state to where you think that you have, you know, you think that you have what is it called, neutralizing conditioner on the hair. When you don't, it's just regular, you know, just regular water. So anyway, we use all that type of stuff in my bus. We have the air filtration system. We filter the air. We have drinks on board. We have very expensive scotch and wines and liquors and all that stuff, which you got to be careful with now, guys. One of the things that state boards are cracking down on, and some of the state officials are cracking down on, and we're protecting ourselves against that, is if you're rolling around and you serve alcohol on your bus, it is illegal to have open alcohol containers on your vehicle. Even though it's in the back cabin and you're not you're not drinking it or you're not drunk driving and all that type of stuff, it is still illegal in certain states to have a open alcohol container, period, on board, just period. So you can't just have a bottle of wine and it just has a cork on it. You can't do that because it's illegal. Okay, to have open alcohol containers on board. You can't have open like we have Cavassier and 357. We have high tequilas and all that. I have a $3,000 bottle of tequila on board, and it has to breathe when you open it. So just like the wines that we use has to breathe. And I don't drink, but I know how it's supposed to be done. We was trained by sommeliers. So some of the wines, it has to breathe before you serve it. So you're pouring it into what's called a decanter. Man, I wish my video was working. Man, I can show y'all all this stuff. But anyway, you pour it into a decanter, and that helps it to breathe. And that's when you pour the drink, and you pour your client a drink, and then you're ready to rock and roll. If they board you, which is illegal unless they have a warrant, okay, or you let them on, which I always advise everybody, let them on. If the security or the police wants to board your vehicle, let them on, unless there's a problematic situation with like a racist cop or somebody who's trying to start trouble, even extortion. All of this stuff we go through in the school. Even extortion, we have had issues with people who in certain areas they'll say, hey, you can't come in this area unless you're paying me XYZ to come into my area, into our hood, into our zone. And we're not talking about hood gang members and stuff like that. We're talking about expensive people. We're talking about high profile people that like they run their area. And if you want to operate in that area, you have to pay them to operate in that area. It's crazy. It's like the movies. It's literally like the movies. But we don't play that. So, we literally, deal with that stuff the way that we deal with it, and we educate all of our people accordingly. So when you're doing that and you're getting stopped, we advise to allow the police to board and inspect and make sure that, you're doing everything above board. You have all your licenses in place. You have your permits and all that good stuff. Unless they're just purposely looking for something and, you don't want them planting something in your bus and say, oh, you have some illegal substance. That's why we have video on the inside and outside of our buses. You can't do anything that we don't want you doing on our bus. You can't come in there and trash something or break something and say you didn't. You can't come in there and put something in our bus that was not there before, or that's not supposed to be there, and this illegal substance or whatever. You can't do any of that because we can see you. We have cameras on board, so we can literally see you from the front to the back. All of this stuff, guys, all of this, you have to be, we have to be aware of, and we educate you all on. That's how important the school is. I see a lot of questions coming in. I'm gonna try. That's why I'm just hitting them most of this stuff just to whiz through it because we're about to be done with the show. But so in an instant, you do want to protect yourself against that. No officer can come on board without a warrant. That's just like them getting inside your car. You can't come inside anybody's vehicle without a warrant or just cause. If you have just cause, if they've committed a crime or is suspected of committing a crime, that's the only time that they can enter your vehicle or enter your bus. That's your place of business. They can't come in. It's like a vampire. Hell, you can't come in unless you're invited in. And that's by law. If they do, bogart in or force you to come in, they can be sued, for hundreds of thousands of dollars, if not millions, because that's illegal. So we educate you on what you can and can't do and what you're supposed to do so that everybody stays safe and we're doing what we're supposed to do with all of that. And we go into that in the school, like I said, and we're going to be going into those types of incidents and situations by the actual buses and the actual content that we showcase. We're going to be showcasing that for everybody. We're going to make sure that everybody sees and knows exactly how the law works instead of just doing whatever you want to do, however you want to do it. All right, guys, that'll do it for right now. We do have more information. I'm going to be covering the rest of the information for you all. Hopefully tomorrow you guys can come by and check that out. They're buzzing me because we gotta kill the show as expeditiously as possible, not to go over. We've been going over on the shows, and they don't like that. So I'm gonna save this place because y'all are gonna love the ending. Y'all are gonna absolutely love the ending. So come back tomorrow, and we will cover you, get you guys taken care of, and show you exactly how this thing works with expanding the mobile salon bus empire. It is very, very strict. We've had to put security in place, and I have my own security team myself, and then I have buses that I have people that go out with my buses, and they have security team. We have ex-military that work with us. We have ex FBI and police force that work with us because they're all on the team. They get their hair done on the buses and whatnot. And some of these guys are they're pretty mean. So they don't like you messing with the buses or with the program, and I have to kind of rein some of them in. But this is a serious thing when you're trying to improve the barber and beauty industry. You're trying to bring something to the table that's going to help a lot of people. We do haircuts and hair services for a lot of different people, and some of them are pretty high profile people. Like I said, I do congressmen's hair, I do a lot of politicians' hair, I do mayors and different things. So it's a lot of power that you're able to get and you're able to wield. I even have a couple of judges that I do. And it's not that you're going to do shady stuff and get out of trouble. And I try to keep my nose clean because it's not worth it and it's very expensive. So we try to keep everything on above board. But you do have crazy people out here. You do have bad actors out here. So in those cases, you have to be able to defend yourself as well. And I don't want anybody in my buses having problems with people that that color outside the lines, or that feel like they can come in and bogart our company. We don't allow that. We call on the proper authorities and we do everything by the book, but we also have the ability to take it to the streets if we have to, because we got a lot of people that do not play. And we make sure that people understand you can't vandalize our book. We had one guy, and then this will be my last thing, and I know I have to cover the other points that I had, but we'll cover all of those in my next segment. But I'll say this: I had one time where we had one of our girls park in an area that was territorial, and they ran that area, and they would not let the bus leave because they were kind of threatening and whatnot. So we contacted the authorities. The authorities were on their way, but I had my guys that were literally right around the corner from them. And my guys showed up before the police showed up, and it was not pretty. So, because my guys, they come and they're all packing, they're all legal, they're special forces and all that type of stuff. So, I don't like those type of confrontations. I'd rather resolve stuff peacefully, and be able to come to a peaceful resolution, because we're gonna have to come back. We're gonna have other people that are in that area that want our services. So we want them to be able to, avail themselves of the mobile salon business and our services. So I'd rather do things diplomatically and be able to have our buses roll anywhere. That's why we call them red and green zones. We want our buses to be able to roll anywhere. So what we do is we actually, go into negotiations and talk to people and get it clear so that we can maneuver and do our thing and not have problems with people in the future. So that's how we do it, and we've been pretty successful, and God has been blessing us. So we're gonna continue on down that road. All right, guys, we'll be back tomorrow, and I'll cover anything. If you guys have questions, comments, suggestions, please throw them in the chat or hit us up on email, and we will cover whatever you guys have. Not a problem whatsoever. I'm Ronnie Mac on the Shops Salons Network, the HairArt Network, and the new Mobile Salon Network, bidding you guys peace and blessings. Please take care of yourself, and if you can, take care of someone else. If we all did that, we all will be taken care of. If you have not signed up, go to MOBALON.com, MOBALON.com, and sign up. The application's at the top of the page. Sign up there, and if everything looks good and there are openings, we will get you taken care of, and someone will contact you and let you know what the next steps are. If you haven't donated, go to our charity. Triple H Charity stands for Haircuts for the Helpless and the Homeless. Sign up there and donate on that page. We use your donations to build the buses that do haircuts for the helpless and homeless, as well as paying the barbers and stylists who do haircuts for the helpless and homeless. So it is a great and worthwhile cause. All right, guys, that'll do it for today. I will be back tomorrow at 6 o'clock, so I will see you guys then. Please be careful out there, and remember our motto: respect yourself, because image is everything. Peace.